Never. You never want to. Alright. For once, I can start the stream with audio. Hope that... Oop. Turn off phone. Let's see. Am I started yet? Alright. I think we're good. Hey, Undermiss Hey, Z. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. And my chat's working. Woo! Alright. Anything else I usually forget? No. Alright. I put in the wrong space. Alright, hold on. I see the chat's moving, but I need to make a joke real quick. And it's not going to be funny. And just I need I need this. Give me this. So I can make a joke and be funny. Alright, there we go. Made my funny joke. Everyone go laugh at it. Took you so long you got employed as a park ranger? Congrats! And just a few more things. Yep, I'm done with that one. Give me my chat. Give me the chat. Give it. I feel... Gosh. There we go. Whoop, nope, whoop. Yep, there we go. Alright, I think... Finally... I'm good. Alright, welcome all y'all. Welcome... let's see, did I miss anyone? Okay, welcome Desk, welcome V. Glad to see y'all tuning in. Congrats on getting a park ranger. What's the difference between a man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bicycle? A tire. I am doing well. And welcome, Pensive. Alrighty then. Glad to see y'all are doing great. And yeah, I know it's been a while. I don't know why I can never ever update consistently. How do I upvote YouTube chat comments? No idea. Oh, you need to upvote Pensive? I don't know, maybe just put up a asterisk upvote next to Pensive's underneath everything that Pensive says. That could work. Y'all don't usually talk enough to make it impossible to read or react to other people's comments, so that could be the way to upvote. Although if you do it now, then you're upvoting yourself, which falls right into Pensive's chat. Hooves, or whatever Pensive prefers to have. Yep, that would work too. Consistency is the bane of immortals. It represents how their life is simply repeating in a loop forever. True. All right, but yeah, it's been a weird. It's been a weird for a bit. Funny enough, the few weeks I've been planning on streaming, they were always proceeded. They always happen to just be like, "Oh wait, never mind, we're doing a birthday," or "Oh wait, never mind, you're going to find something that immediately needs fixing." So hopefully, eventually, some consistency will be happening here. Mostly because I can wake up on Saturdays now. I don't know if that's consistent or not, but we're going to go and we're going to see if that's actually a thing that happens. But any hoozles. Just like always, if you want to post pictures or vids, put them in the Discord. Did I link the Discord? Should I? Should I link the... Hey, should I link the Discord? Put in the live stream related chat so I could see it. Any videos I'll try and watch after stream. I'll try my hardest. Unsupple versus immovable object. So you're saying nothing will happen. Interesting. But yeah. But super excited. I'm already thinking about... by the way, let me know if the volume's too loud for y'all. Because it's pitching into the red for me, but I don't know it might work for y'all. Let me know how the audio sounds, because I can't hear it. Oh, that's cute. Gamamon. Okay. Nice. So it's going to turn into a chainsaw in its upper evolutions, right? That's usually what happens. So, how's the story going? It's going. Things have been happening. My funny thing is, as I was loading up, for the stream, I got a warning saying, "Hey, one of your files didn't save properly. Would you like to recover it?" And it was the last stream's thing. I saved that thing so many times, and even then, I even edited most of it. I'm almost finished. I have like maybe an hour or two left of editing. Fingers crossed. I just have to do it. But my computer tried to yeet it again. I don't know what it is about these bat ponies. It's too lewd for my system, apparently. But yeah, so that's what's happening with the story. It is getting edited. Eventually, I'm going to try and have it out by Wednesday. But no promises, because y'all know how I am with delivering on my update schedule. Equinox is a different story. Yeah, no, the more you ping me about the story, the more I get to tell you about my interpretations of changelings. And in my own head canons as well. Or you just get me singing for an entire stream. But either or is an entirely real possibility. I forgot to fill up both water bottles. I might have to go for a water break halfway through the stream. Dang it. I know there's always something I forget, and I forgot to fill up my water bottle. But anyway. I forgot what I was talking about. But we're almost there with catching up with doing Discord. We're almost to the Discord chapter. We just have to get through Slow Roast, and then we are officially to the actual thing. Why isn't that showing up? Huh? What? Hold on. Book? Book, where art thou? Book? Streamlabs is yeeting my things too? It deleted my book! No! I refuse. Hold on. It says it's here, so where is it? There it is. Found the book. I don't know what it is about my everything that wants to seem to make it as hard as possible for me to to set stuff up. Oh man. Chad Idol, Chidle if you will, is going to be so much fun. I don't know if I should change my voice at all for him. Make it more much. No. It would be funnier if he's just still same monotone, but bigger. But yeah, Chidle will be definitely really fun to see. I'm also at the moment I am taking. I'm also looking for more songs for this year's Idle Tunes. Or Idle Carols. Idle Tune sounds better. For this year's Idle Tunes. Before you submit it, remember I always try and find a few caveats to throw in here. Holiday song preferred, with no mentioning of, with trying to not mention religion or Christmas itself, mostly just because Christmas is really hard to replace with things. Like, it's Christmas and hearts warming is not the same syllable length, so it's really hard to replace that. So as much as I love Christmas songs, I can't sing most of the ones I know. I think you should get someone else to record that part. It's a perfect way to sell the joke. That would be interesting. Maybe. I'll keep that under my... I actually know someone. That would be a fun collab. I'll see if I can I'll see if I can bring him on board for it. Oh, that'd be too funny. That'd be way too funny. Wish you a Merry Chrysalis. Am I doing anything for Halloween? I don't know. There's other than, like, classic I'm working Halloween, but since it's not a weekend, I'm fine with that because my nieces and nephews go trick-or-treating, are going to be going trick-or-treating on Saturday probably, if not Sunday. How about this? We'll do a Halloween stream on Saturday if my family decides to go trick-or-treating on Sunday. If not, we'll have a Halloween stream on Sunday. Yeah. How does that sound? Maybe you should watch Game of Mamamonon on Digimon's Ghost Game. Maybe. I've never heard of Ghost Game before. Who knows? Maybe. If Choo Choo Charles was going to be showing, it was going to be released before, if it was going to be released before Halloween, I would totally play that because it would just totally fit with the theme. A horror game around a train. That is quintessentially Idle. Let's be real. Maybe next Halloween. That could be definitely something that I do. Next Halloween, Choo Choo Charles. Welcome, Warlord Queek. Welcome to the stream. Glad y'all could make it. We're just talking about future things that might happen. But yeah, so if you want to put in a Christmas song, just for rhyming purposes and other things, please let it be more of a holiday song than a Christmas song that doesn't include Christmas or religion or Santa, just because it's really hard to find words that rhyme with that have the same syllable length, syllabic. I don't know, the same syllable length to make it easy to fit into new songs. Duets preferable, but if not, we can have Idle interject with some with some of his idleness. Ghost Game is like, what if we do a Digimon show that leans hard into that? Maybe. It's all supernatural horror mysteries instead of fighting evil Digimon, and it's amazing. So you're saying it's unnatural, or not unnatural. You're saying it's supernatural, but with Digimon. Cool. I never watched Digimon as a kid. Idle with Topaz, a Christmas romance duet. It would be adorable to find something like that. I just don't know if you know a Christmas song that has that, because all of Idle tunes are parodies. I'll totally do that. And who knows, if the length will allow it, I might be able to squeeze in Christmas instead of heartwarming. And the show does not skimp on nightmare fuel. So you're saying it's a mixture of Supernatural, Thomas the Tank Engine, and My Little Pony. Cool. Oh, and Digimon. Many episodes are legit terrifying for adults, let alone kids. Sounds very interesting. Would it be... now, here's the question. I hear it's good from you, so check on there. But is it accessible for someone to watch and not be confused if they've never watched Digimon before? That is the real question. Because, no, I have never watched Digimon or anything past season 1 of Indigo League. It's entirely self-contained. Alright, I'll put it on my list. Right behind watching MLP Season 7 and onwards. And is it Tell Your Tale? G5. We'll just call it G5. Every Digimon series is standalone. Sounds very fun. Alright. Hold on. Something unplugged. Can you still hear me? I assume so, because the bar's doing the jumpy bit. Hopefully, nothing breaks. I say with only half a working headphone. Don't know how it happened, but we're moving on. So who here has and hasn't seen G5 episodes 1 through 8 yet? I have not. I will go with a spoiler warning that a different server went into. Wait at least 2 weeks from their release before talking about it. Just to be safe. Just because it's so many episodes at the same time. Wait 1 to 2 weeks after it's released, just because they release all in one chunk. I don't know how long it's been since they've been released, so your own judgment, I'll say. But I've already done it, baby. It's cold outside. I did it with Moth Chaser. That was my first one. Winter Wonderland. That is 100% on my list. Let It Snow. Oh, that sounds great. Both could be very good. Yeah. The thing is that I have like 4 or 5 songs to choose from. It's just, I'm indecisive when it comes to Christmas time is here. Oh, that would be so fun. Maybe for April Fools. I don't know. There's so many things I want to do, but I'm terrible at writing parodies, so it's kind of up to desk a little bit. I have been trying to convince Desk to let me do Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, even though it breaks my own rules. But I just feel like it would be really fun to do that in Chidle's voice. Imagine Chidle's voice saying "All I Want for Christmas Is You," and it's just it's just him doing a solo the entire time. Totally unlike Idol, 100% like Chidle. If you do that curse song, you'll be doing it by yourself. It would be so fun, though. It'd be so fun, Desk. And that's the classic Christmas song. I mean, not classic in terms of classic, but classic in terms of everyone knows that song. Leave your thoughts in the chat and let us know. Should we be doing Mariah Carey's? I refuse to allow heretical songs. All songs are heretical, just like all words are made up. See, I got one. I got one on my side. Woo! Should I announce this in general? I probably, just because we got like 5 new people, however many new people we got, I'm going to do what I usually don't do and announce the stream in general, just so people can see it. Hey all y'all. Hey all y'all ponies and peeps. Perfect. We're doing really I'm terrible at talking and talking at the same time. It's weird. Last Christmas. Which one's Last Christmas? Because all I can think about whenever I hear Last Christmas is, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. That's probably a different song altogether, but I only know it as Last Christmas. Ooh, The Night Santa Went Crazy. That's a good one. So it is the same song? Okay, good. Because I know I've completely misremembered song titles all the time because I don't know song titles. I only know song lyrics. Another good one would be, let's hear the sleigh bells jingling, ring ting tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. That I can never remember the name of that song, but it's one of my favorite Christmas songs just because it's so hype. It's so hype for the holiday, and I listen to it in July. Literally, anytime it gets hot outside, I listen to Christmas songs because it brings in the chill of winter, and I need that. Sleigh Ride? Yeah, love Sleigh Ride. That could be another one. Because I don't think it mentions holiday either. I'll have to get back on you with that. You're interested? How do you spell interested? Not me. Alright, thank you. Fun fact, the orchestral version is the original. Really? That is a fun fact, actually. Alright, it's announced to the world. Let's see. Idle, idle, idle. I might owe you several $100s, but you owe me at least $10 every time you mention Shattered Skies. So I think we're even right about now. So, but yeah, all great songs. I am actually writing this down because I don't know. Who knows? I might just do a random number generator to pick one. Let's see. That would only work if he was a golem. Wait, I don't actually know the full song of Dreidel, Dreidel, Dreidel. Is "Oh Idol, How I Idol You"? Is that another? Is that part of that song, or is that a different song altogether? Because I, my brain is broken right now. Not a song, just something I mean. Oh, okay, that's a good line though. But yeah, all good stuff. But I believe that after a half an hour of distraction, I think it's time to at least begin the first paragraph. Oh, there's an up war. There's an ascendant war in my chat. Alright, to be honest, I'm surprised it took this long for it to happen. No, it's not that you're not being distracted enough. It's that I can't get as distracted as I used to. See, now I got some good stuff that makes it so I don't get distracted as easily. What's that, sir? It's just an up because there's an up war going on between Pensive and Desk, where Pensive is the ascendant and everything must be upvoted. He's grown tolerant? It's not that I've grown tolerant, it's that I just now take something to help me get tolerance. It also helps me wake up earlier, which probably means more chapters. Who knows? It's only been week 2. week 2 of 2. I'll say that. It's been 2 weeks since I've taken that. Last week it was a brony meetup. This week is streaming. So far it seems to be getting y'all more content. This is my bit and I'm sticking to it. I was born in this hole and I will die in this hole. Moment of silence for my audio program to not die. This is the second of the Coffee House chapters. This is where we meet Pristine Grinds, which, now that I think about it, I did not actually go back and see what he sounded like. Because I know what I'm doing. So who knows, you might get a distraction out of me anyway. Mostly because I need to hunt and see what voice I did for him previously, because I remember liking that voice. I just can't remember that voice right now. Unfortunately, it's also with the stream, but I think I labeled it like guards in armor getting coffee or something like that. I got oh, my brother moved. Nice. Hopefully closer. I have to text my roommate real quick something, because I forgot to tell him, and I'm not leaving the guys anytime soon. Bats and Bugs is this one. Bats and Bugs is the current live stream. Oh, no, the Bats and the Bugs, yeah. Sounds like it? Wait, no. Yeah, we've done. There's 2 coffee house chapters. There's cold brew, and then there's a slow roast. Cold brew is you only get into the coffee house the first time. Mathianta. So, wait. Are you talking? So last stream we also did the coffee house chapter, or at least a Batto chapter. But the reason why I'm doing these coffee house chapters again is because my computer decided to delete everything, or delete at least these two and only these two chapters. I have no idea where they went, and my backup software, my backup service doesn't have them either. I know they're recorded. I know I recorded them on stream. They're just gone. So we're recording these two, and so even though we're technically 4 chapters away from the Discord chapter, technically, we're actually only 1, because as soon as I record this, the other 2 are ready to go. So as soon as I get things edited up, I can just go boom, 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 and then Discord chapter, and then we'll be caught up with where I'm at right now. Hold on for a second. Alright. Let's see. Now I have to go through my old playlist. Let's see. I really should save all these to my computer so I don't have to go through YouTube all the time to find my own stuff. Man, we spent 3 streams on the last chapter. Hopefully it'll take significantly less than that for this chapter. For this one. Just because I feel bad for not being caught up on it already. Hold on. Guards. Yeah, guards and cafes getting coffee. This has to be the one. Let's see if it's a 3-hour stream. Why? Why is it so long? Can I actually even hear it? Hold on. I'm not even on to the book yet. Halfway through the stream and I forgot to put on the book. Oh, hold on. I'm almost to his voice. We'll get there eventually. Did I really not? Oh, okay. All right. 3 hours is the product of our 3 hours is the product of our work, distraction. No, not 3 hours, 9 hours of streams to get 1 chapter recorded, not even edited, recorded. That is the power of your distraction. So it's working really good. Congrats. I sound really drunk in this old stream. No wonder y'all kept on calling me drunk. Because this definitely sounds drunk. V, you waited until halfway to warn me that my thing wasn't on the screen. When do I actually read his voice? Now I'm reacting to my own content. Oh, I have to remember how to say brev again. Or is it breeve? I sighed at the same time in both. I'm so predictable. We do want the chapters to come out, right? Where am I even in the book? This is hard. I think me and V are competing for who has the longest hiatus. I don't know who's winning though. I'm going to count. I'm not counting these streams as breaking up the hiatus because they're not actual chapters. Breathe. Yeah. All right. Breathe. I think I. Where? Hold on. Please just read. Hold on. Get back into recording mode. Breve? Why did I say breve? Hold on. 2012. Yeah, that is quite a... So wait, someone started a fiction in 2012? Or did they start fiction earlier than that and then it was eventually a thing? Oh, that's right. That's probably not spam emojis because YouTube be stupid sometimes. I'm waiting for my stream to crash because I denied our YouTube gods. Yeah. Is that still a bug? I'm not sure. I don't know. I have no idea how YouTube works or what the bots do their thing. But I guess you'll just have to spam all the upvotes in the server. You'll just have to do that for them. Just put them in like the live stream chat or something. Well, they'll be there in spirit. I don't notice anything, although I don't experience lag IRL, so it's a possibility. Because I did denounce the YouTube gods, and so they're exacting their revenge or something. I'm still trying to get why I said for his voice. Come on. Just read. Just. Okay, hold on. Where am I? Oh, hold on. Come on. Come on, let me. Come on, get through this paragraph. I need to listen to his voice. Alright, according to Blue Moon and MTR posted March 22nd, while last chapter posted from VJ was April 4. So it looks like you're winning. Congrats, I guess. Well, yeah, I'm winning at something. At least it hasn't been 3 years like some of my projects. But, to each their own. I just realized you're just listening to silence as I'm trying to listen for this. Should I try and get desktop audio so we can get a stream within a stream within a stream? It's a possibility. I can actually do that. Let's see if I can actually do that. I'm not going to say I can do that because I have no idea. Think that should work. That should do something at least. Can I hear his voice is the question. The stream has been doubled. I already forgot what the voice of Pursuit Rhymed was. I've already I could have spent 2 hours trying to find this thing. I didn't rewind it back enough. He acknowledged with a flourish of his wings and a small bow. If I have the delight of meeting the lauded idle hooves. I did not expect me to go for that voice. But you know what? I've already made that decision. You're streaming the stream of a streaming of the. You're streaming the stream of a streaming the first stream. Yes. Hello, Dr. Warlord. We're eventually going to catch up. I swear it. It might. It's been taking a bit longer than I would have hoped, but especially with holidays coming around the corner. But you know what? I don't work weekends anymore. It's just life that gets in the way now. Not work, just life. You may. Did I just really go for a voice like this? That's kind of like Idols, but not really. He was not, I decided. Typical of what I knew of the festival. Hold on. He was not. Am I? I decided. Typical of what I knew of the festivals. Again, see if anything piques my interest. Like the blooper and recording in one. That's Sunday. Well, actually no, Saturday. Whenever someone says listening to silence, yeah, 100%. Oh, Saturday. Doesn't have the same ring to it though. What was that about bats? What was that about bats? What was that about? I'm annoyed at myself for how slow I'm recording this because I just want to listen to his voice. Pretty popular amongst the nobility. You see, fruit bats eat the insides of a coffee fruit, leave the seeds on a tree with just enough cherry to ferment, and we do the rest. Good cup, but a little pricier. All right. Well, I went for generic deep voice 1. Perfect. All right. All right. Have a good night, Pensive. Sad that you had to go right when we were about to start recording. No problem. And danke. I had to thank my roommate real quick. Alright, perfect. Now I can start at like 45 minutes in. You're too good. Y'all too good at this. Now, 5 seconds of silence for idle being idle. I guess we'll go with it. Is it going to record? No, because I didn't hit the right key bind. Perfect. Alright, have a good night, Pensive. See you later. Also, me and my friend have decided that that better hooves are with brackets and not parentheses. Just mostly done out of that whole thing with that happened on Twitter, hard hooves versus soft hooves, and we have decided we like these ones. It looks better in Discord, I'll be real. What? Okay. Am I good? Why did I make... Okay. I'm questioning my setup at all times now, because now I can't read things as easily. I'm going to tweak my setup later, so who knows, it might sound completely different next stream, whenever that happens. Although you can be guaranteed that the next stream will take place on New Year's Eve, if V and Desk are still up to go around for whatnot. I won't make the same mistake as last year, though. I will buy mead and not just drink rum all night. That was my failure last year, was I was drinking rum and not mead. And I still haven't watched the end of that stream to find out what happened. You'll be here? Nice. So now I just got to get the Master of Ceremonies or something. Oh, that's fun. Okay. So I got something, just got my eye, but yeah, I'm going to read so I can edit 4 chapters at the same time. Alright. Although something has been brought to my attention, mostly from a recent Sawtooth video that was a Sawtooth Waves video that was put out recently. What do you feel? How would you feel? He explains the theory better than I do. That changelings, the changelings, Tantabus, Pony of Shadows, Sombra, and Nightmare Moon and Nightmare Rarity are all related instances. I need to regale your audience with my account of meeting William Shatner and Tara Strong, of course. Nice. Heck yeah. And I say this because there's now a theory about how the Nightmare Force, the thing that corrupted Luna, was caught from Sombra, which turned him from a normal pony into a shadowy pony. The Pony of Shadows is actually the Nightmare without a form to take hold because their previous host died, but they're still in the shape of a pony, and then that possesses Stygian. That's why Stygian's not a nightmare form or something like that. But they're all shadowy, pointy teeth, scary looking appearance, and all that fun stuff. And then we get to changelings, which, if you're a watcher, if you're a long-time viewer of these streams, you know that my theory of changelings are that they are ponies who were basically left as husks, and being left like that too long turned you into a changeling, thus their holes and general ragged appearance, and their lust for consuming emotions. Either that or crystal ponies. There have been great advances on either side of that, and I'm excited for both. But Saw didn't put in the changeling bit because it wasn't brought up until I brought up in a video discussion I had with him earlier today about it, actually, where my theory is that changelings are ponies that were that were infested by the Nightmare Force, but instead of turning them into all-powerful mighty deities or something like that, it was a slow thing. Maybe it was like a phantom or a baby nightmare that fed on them until there was nothing left. And then was born the changeling race, and also the whole Fallen Kingdom thing, which is great in like the Faust years, which would have fit so perfectly as like Greek tragedy kind of deal. Which is an interesting thing for me. Let me know what your thoughts are, because changelings are never explained. Their origins are never explained. They just kind of show up, and now they're this big bad guy that's always been there. Which, happens for most of the villains. I'll be real. But even with their increased, presence later on in the seasons, their origins are never really covered, except in the comics, where, so the comics have a different issue, because if they were born of evil tree juice, that is entirely different. But it also doesn't make sense in terms of the show because they have an artifact of being Chrysalis's throne, and if they were indeed spawned by Star's World mucking around with things that he shouldn't have mucked with, then that makes them a very young race in terms of Equus. So where would they have gotten a changeling artifact? Because they're not old enough to have a changeling artifact. So yeah, my idea is that changelings far older than anyone gives them credit for. Possibly either corrupt ponies or corrupt crystal ponies after they were severed from the crystal heart. Both of them are my favorite theories. I don't know which one I like more, though. I think the crystal heart one might be fit better in show canon, but them being consumed is also very fun. Yeah, Nullstone Throne should have quite the backs. Exactly. Also, where do you just find a Nullstone somewhere? It makes no sense. Let's see. Last arc of Sailor Moon manga has something like that. Final villain reveals that every previous villain and monster in Sailor Moon fought was an incarnation of the same being. Her ultimate enemy is quite literally chaos itself. That is interesting, and would make a lot of sense. I mean, that's kind of the last villain that the main six face. Also, let's be real, they face Discord being Discord and messing up because he's Discord. So, actually, those two theories actually could relatively coalesce into the same thing. Now that I'm thinking about it. There's a hint to the changeling origin in the very first chapter. Ooh. Oh, yeah, with the being on the throne and... Oh, that Chrysalis was looking at in the water. Yeah. That totally gives me Fallen Kingdom vibes, and I'm all here for it. Not just that. It's been so long since I've read the first chapter. Oh, no. Oh, Chrysalis asking... He's the 42nd generation, which if we go by pony logic, 42 generations isn't that far off at all. If we estimate that each pony generation is about 80 years, not even 4,000. Are you saying that every changeling generation is about every 20 years? Generation, not lifespan. Oh, that's right. So 840 years between the inception of the changelings, at least of this current hive. 20 times 42. 20 is min. That's fair. So round about 1,000 years, let's say. We'll go with round about 1,000 because that's what everything in My Little Pony revolves around. Or let's see, 26 times 42. So we have a lifespan of the of Idle's changeling hive being around 800 to 1,000 years old, give or take. Are you also a prescriber of evil tree juice? Or, because if a generation's every 20 years or so, or, I get what you're saying now. We don't know what generation is the current generation. Oh, so Idle could be almost... Although you have said that changeling lives are very similar to pony lives. But someone has to explain who Nightmare Moon was. Okay. So when Idol was born was over 1,000 years ago. You're saying, or no, hold on. That's it. No, that's not what you're saying. You're saying Idol was born about 1,000 years since the inception of the changelings, and we don't know which generation uh, of is Nymph or Circe. So yeah, that begs the question. I mean, the story has never even answered how old Idol is because, the teeth can be whatever age it is. Nymph is probably 43 or 44. Okay, 40. Okay. So there's not that many generations separating Nymph and Idol. So Changeling Inception is about 1,000 years ago, give or take. Probably 1,200 or wait, no, 43 or 44. Hold on. Hold on, I'm misremembering my numbers. Oh no, that's only a 40-year gap between the two. So Idol is probably around 40 years old. 1,000 is awfully close. So changelings come into being around 1,100 years ago. It's only a year or two too long. Wait, hold on. No? Wait a second. Huh? Hold the phone. I have to mull a thing over. I remember in previous streams you have said that changeling lifespans are very similar to ponies, because I always pose the question of whether or not changelings are pretty much long-lived, 100+ years, maybe even 1,000, who knows, corrupted alicorns or something like that. But you always say that they're fairly close to the average pony. So we're going to base average pony lifespan on average human lifespan being about 80 years or so, give or take. By the start of the story, it's about 10 or so short of 1,000. Are you suggesting that they were created by Nightmare Moon? or that something else entirely? What was the kingdom in the looking pool? I am very. You have to remember, I do not pick things up very easily. Hold on. I have to think. I have to think, which is a very dangerous thing for me. That's an interesting detail, and I know it's a big reveal that everyone's probably laughing at me because they've figured it out already, or they're watching this in the future and they're already like, yeah, the fool, he doesn't know how big of a clue that was. The kingdom in the looking. Yeah, I know. My guess is it's Chrysalis looking through her memories like in a pensive, which would be really funny if pensive was still here to be like Chrysalis was looking in pensive at her old self. Either her own memories of her fallen kingdom. And yes, every single time I say those words, the opening things of Viva La Vida play in my head. Equestrian villain imprisonment, 1,000 years plus or minus plot requirements exactly. So that does beg the question. Hold on. It's short of 1,000 years. And you've revealed that the time skip is about a decade or so. The time skip chapter is about a decade or so before So the Changeling race began pretty much around the same time that Nightmare Moons did. There's a lot going on 1,000 years ago. Even Discord started planning for the future. I mean, they all wanted to be in on the main plot of the show. But even then, plus or minusing a couple years could land them to be relating to a whole host of other villains. Got Tyrek, not even. I subscribe to the theory that the first 4 seasons take place within a year, so I have to figure out a timeline in order to make it work. But first 3 seasons happen within about a year or so, give or take. So that could. You know, I'll let you know one thing. Luna could have never met a changeling. Oh. What about the kingdom where those fire alicorns were from? Is that something that'll come up again? Or it seems fairly important? It does seem very important. It seems very Chekhov gunny. Because you've mentioned twice him touching a higher power. And that, fire alicorn does exist and it does possess his body. Anytime he tries and uses it, or at least the first time it did. That begs the question whether or not it's going to be a major reveal later. I'm not certain. That also makes me wonder. Tyrek? No, Tyrek wouldn't be the cause of changelings. I'd say Grogar, but we've never even seen him in the show. The fire alicorns predate Luna and Celestia. Makes sense. That civilization seemed pretty ancient, but think proto-alicorns. Ooh, I didn't even consider that. Proto-alicorns. Yep, 100%. Oh, there's a lot of lore reveal in this stream. Unstable alicorns. Oh. Also, it's a pun, which I love. Even V is getting in on the idle dad jokes. It's cool. It's sort of like an extremis thing. Wait. Does that mean since Idol's touching the power of the fire alicorn, that he technically is a proto-alicorn sometimes? So he could technically classify as royalty, which you'll absolutely loathe. Oh, that's great for all the things that happen in this Discord. But yeah, if we think about the unstable fire alicorns being similar to extremis, then it means he's taking on a very accurate form that is inherently unstable. Oh. This is so fascinating. And I just want a lore dump right here, right now, because this is so interesting. This is kind of the theories that people bring up at the end of a series. Not, I'm guessing, midway or 3/4 of the way through a story. I don't know how long you plan on writing this chapter. Until you get bored, I'm guessing. Big power, short time limit. And it melted Idol last time with the thought that if he touched the power again, he would not return from it. I mean, technically, he only returned from this last one because of Chrysalis's meddling. So, there's so many things. Imagine if he wasn't a shapeshifter by nature. Oh, Yeah, I love how you're just speed foot. I can practically hear you giggling at the other end on your over your screen. I just from me trying to work it out. This breadcrumb trail, and then you're purposely going to leave a cliffhanger like you always do. Ah. welcome, Nemo. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, staff. We start running 120 volt equipment, 5K volt things start to get dicey. Interesting. You're making his month. I know I am. So, Staff's Garage. Is that how you say your name? Staff's Garage. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Oh, it makes me wonder so much. If he wasn't a shapeshifter by nature, are you in Des? That makes me wonder. Are you hanging out with Desk in a Discord call so you can just laugh and comment to each other behind my back? Because I could totally see you too. Staff Sergeant Sarge. Oh, okay. That's all right. Yep, that would totally make sense. Much more sense than Staff Garage with a bunch of letters in the middle. And oh, Staff Sergeant Sarge, nice. Thanks for dropping by. Hope to see you. Not next week because I know you're going to be at Bonsai, but weekend after that, we'll see. We'll work it out. I'll have to call you later. But have a good night, Nemo. See you later. Oh, so hold on. If he's not inherently a shapeshifter if he wasn't a shapeshifter, I mean, technically, if he wasn't a shapeshifter, he wouldn't be able to turn into the thing. But if he wasn't a shapeshifter, oh, hold on. And if he actually melted, what if that melting is a thing that's supposed to happen for the fire alicorns? Not because they're inherently unstable, but more because they need to... it's more of a transmutation process. Idle dropped the alicorn form because it burned through his entire emotional store in a couple of minutes. It's also why he's afraid to try anything like it again. I mean, he also got the very big feeling that, yeah, no, he's touching a higher power that he shouldn't touch. It makes me wonder, what if... I'm imagining Idle's ultimate form is he lets the fire alicorn consume him, and by consuming him, it saves him. Like a whole transmutation. It's like that one dude in the Dust Guard. I love that series too. It's great. And it's actually one of the things that led me onto this series, or maybe it was the other way around. And it's also great. Where one dude, he's dying from an illness and he can only cure it by taking this crystal medicine thing. But if he takes too much, it will kill him. But it turns out at the end of the story that it was actually healing him, and it was just the pain that he was going through was it doing its job, and it just didn't take enough until he was forced to take enough. Oh my gosh! So it would totally be a thing where Idle's true form has not yet been revealed because he has started the process of turning into Fire Alicorn, or King Cucaracha. We'll go with Fire Alicorn for right now. But the true form of the Fire Alicorn is not physical, but metaphysical. What? Oh, hold on. That just makes me realize something else about alicorns. Is that a thing? Is it a thing in your story that true alicorns are more metaphysical than physical beings, and that's why we only see a handful in the entirety of the show, is because they're the only alicorns that are either descended from true alicorns or ones that have the power to stay corporeal for a time. Oh, this unlocks all the brain waves. Oh, this... I don't even know if this is even on any right track, but it would be so cool. I am not King Cucaracha. Is this like a Batmare thing? It wasn't me, it was the man in the fire alicorn costume. So now it's an anime. This isn't even my file form. It's more like unlocking the final chakra. It's like Aang going full Avatar state. He has finally accepted his role in the universe, and now he's all powerful. And I could totally do the same thing for Idol, but it couldn't happen in show canon. I've also been reading a lot of Mistborn, or I've recently gone to the Mistborn series. At the end of the first trilogy, it has a scene very similar to that happens to the main character, and I'm just totally now imagining Idol going through the same thing. Oh, why am I suddenly reading a lot of stories with that being the thing that happens in the end to the hero? It is so good. Right now I'm reading through like the... Is it technically 2 trilogies? Because you have the original first trilogy, and then you have the one that's in the same universe but different characters, but they reference the first all the time. I'm in the second book of that second trilogy. I've been listening to it at work. It's fantastic. Also, totally worth my credit. Oh, this could answer so many questions. They were going to make a Neverwinter Nights style game in the Mistborn universe, but I think it fell through. Ooh. Oh, interesting. I don't know what Neverwinter Nights is, but it sounds fun. So is this confirmed that V is taking pointers from Mistborn and other series too? The ultimate power is unlocked when Idol does the ultimate sacrifice, burns away his false body and reveals the body of a god. Or is it more like he's not there mentally? Oh, it's totally a he's not there mentally thing yet, right? Oh my gosh. Once he learns to accept who he... Oh, is it... Once he learns to accept who he truly is and works through the mental blockages that Chrysalis puts in his place, he can obtain the ultimate power. Oh, this is unlocking so many possibilities. I wish I was better at connecting dots in order to make more sense of these. The fire alicorns aren't and were never meant to be a permanent thing. But I will counter that by saying the form of a fire alicorns are never meant to be a permanent thing. But what if, by touching the higher power, Idol unlocks something even greater than a fire alicorn? Ultimate divinity? Maybe, maybe not. You followed the show for a long time, so I'm thinking probably not. But there's so many things that could happen that any time the story can deviate from where it is right now and deviate completely off show canon, so we have no idea where it's actually going. He's not a creature of harmony, he's a creature of chaos. Or no, he's a creature of order. So the fire alicorns, being a creature of harmony, can't get along with creatures of order because they don't have enough chaos in their system. Is that correct? I'm not saying Idol is being called a creature. He's a creature of order. But now he has a touch of chaos, just a touch of it, both from being around ponies for so long, but also getting mind whammied by Discord a little bit, as well as his own experiences with biomancy and his fragile state of mind at the time. That could induce a bit of chaos into his thing. Ooh. If a changeling could qualify for ascension, I think it'd be Idle. Although he would hate it, 100%. I could also imagine them doing the Celestia's ballad thing for Idle, and it's just like, well, hold on, it sounds like you're going to do something to me that I'm probably not going to like. Also, where did you get all these cutouts of my life? I don't even remember half of these things. Is that me as a grub? How did you get a video of that? Also, what is a video, and why do I know this word suddenly? Oh, it's so many. You just can't. You just can't refuse. I am. Yes, but you can't. Boom, godhood. Boom, divinity. You've already started a process that you cannot that cannot be halted. That reminds me of another changeling story. One of the first ones I ever read on the site, actually. Can I remember what that story's called? Possibly. Is it in my library? It's probably my library. Can I search for it in my library? It's the one about albino changelings. If you know, you know. So that might be where. Why is that so low on the list? It's a brand new story. What is it called? There's only 6 pages, so I should be able to find something about it. The Betrayed. Ooh. It definitely reminds me of the ascension that the that the changeling goes through in that story. Does that comment look idol-shaped to you? It's not even like the shape of his cutie mark like it was for Twilight. It's just Idol doing justice from above. The only way you're getting out of this is if I don't know, smited you or something. Although Idol would never do anything bad enough to get smited by Faust, so... But yeah, in The Betrayed, one of the things that he does is becoming a changeling king. And he accidentally started the process, and it's something that you can't slow down once it's started. Once the metamorphosis started, you can't stop it. Idol obtains unlimited power. First things he uses it for is to get rid of his unlimited power. I use the stones to destroy the stones. I got fresh with Faust. Oh, that's great. But Idol has gone through a bit of a metamorphosis on his journey through Equestria, hasn't he? From drone that never questioned anything to someone who, while not quite pony, is pony and is much more pony than he is changeling in a lot of ways. Especially now after being mind whammied by Chrysalis for so long. And now he's free from most of his binds. This could prove very, very interesting if any of what I'm saying is at all accurate, which V is not going to confirm or deny because he knows being silent is going to drive me more crazy. That's my theory. That is the theory I'm going to go with because that sounds very, very fun. That, yes, 100%. Ooh. Okay. This theorizing is great. I love it. And we're probably helping V brainstorm a little bit too. I'm fascinated to see what the end of Idol's journey is going to be like, or the journey to the end, which, considering the big hype for the story was the wedding for the most part, either means that the story is going to end soon-ish, I'm guessing about 3/4, or we're just to like the halfway point. At least until V runs out of ideas and is like, all right, we're going to wrap everything up in these next few chapters, and we're going to start a new series. Changeling of the Empire or something. Guardian of the Empire. How fresh did you get that she fastballed you out of heaven? The honor of the lady, your highness. I don't know what the honor of the lady is, so, or if that's a reference to something I'm not knowing because I don't watch anime or, it sounds familiar and that I should know it. The end of the series is going to reveal that Changeling Guard was part of Shattered Skies universe. Oh, basically saying that to explain would impugn her honor. Oh, yep. Oh, that's funny. I mean, stories have crossovers with other stories all the time. Just look at, what is it called? The Displaced saga that happened for quite a long time, actually. Surprised you've been reading Shattered Skies all along. Well, if I was reading Shattered Skies all along, you wouldn't be so vocal about about wanting me to read Shattered Skies. Although now I can't get out of my head the image of Idol in a magical girl's outfit. Do you have any artists in the chat that could make that happen? You can never escape. I think I can escape quite easily. Idol has to try and put his brain back together while serving as a sergeant in the Crystal Empire, working for Shining's Mixed Feelings armor. Story's ramping up, not winding down. That is fair, but the whole... I do agree, it feels like the story's winding up more than winding down. At the same time, the wedding has been the building climax for ever since the story started. that is my only qualm. While it feels like the story is going to continue on for a long while now, it also makes sense for it to be winding down a little bit, especially now that Idol's kind of in jail or something like that. The wedding is the hook. Y'all only read the prelude. Oh man, we're going to have another contender for the subspace emissary, aren't we? Which I'm not complaining about, but I could totally imagine it doing that. Either subspace emissary or Horizons. What is it called? Oh yeah, no, it is called FOE Horizons. Yeah. I keep on thinking that there should be an adjective to it. I feel Idol would lean towards being a common writer rather than magical girl. I mean, don't know what the common writer is, but I could also Changing the guard, 2.3 million words. Yeah. I don't know what Carmen Rider is, but I think it would be funnier to see Idol as a magical girl being completely serious about it. Mostly for the lulz, because we already have great art of him being completely okay with the maid dress. Oh, Kamen Rider is like Power Rangers' edgier older siblings. I mean, then they need to get more edgy teenagers in, right? Not a 40-year-old changeling, right? Although, that begs the question, is 40 years, 50 years? Man, Idol's almost pushing retirement now. Wow. Uh, Interesting thing is that 50-year-old changeling, how much 40 to 50 years, give or take. I'm going to lean on 50 years because if generations are about every 20 years, plus Cersus being at least 20 years his younger, plus 10, he's probably even pushing 60 now that I think about it. He probably looks real good for his age then. Although that then also begs the question, Mustache Idol, we need it in the story just so we can use that picture outside of the server. Because it's too good. It's such a good picture. So wait, hold on. Cersus is about teenager-ish. Child teenager years. So that's 10 years. Change. So low balling everything. Idol is 50 to 60 years old. Give or take. I was thinking, man, mid-40s. Interesting. But now I'm thinking 50, 60, almost to retiring age. Depending on if the guards probably do have retirement age, but he's been there for a long time. Also, how much younger does that make Shining? How much younger does that make Shining compared to Idol? God, that's way too old. Hey, you said generations are about 20 years apart, and Cersus is at the minimum 2 generations after Idol. Hey, I'm just saying, he's probably mid to late 40s, mid 40s to early 50s then, now that I restructured that. Yeah, according to the guard records, he's in his 30s. But yes, 100%. Like, if I can take all the information that you have given me tonight, he is... and remembering that if Cersus was born around the same time Idol left the hive, she would probably be a good age for where she is right now. Earliest I can give him is mid-40s, dude. Mid-40s. Oh, man. Mid-40s Idol. So I was thinking 40s, and then I questioned myself, added on a few things that didn't need to be added on. So yeah, mid-40s, give or take. So we're looking at peak Idol now. Yes, we're looking at peak dad bod Idol. So mid-40s Idol at the youngest, unless everything V's told us tonight is a lie. Or Cersus is younger than we're estimating her to be. Give to the fact that the youngest I'm estimating Cersus is about 10. I don't think she's 10 years old. I think she's more like 12, 13. But changelings seem to mature fast, so I'm going to give Idle the benefit of the doubt of being younger than that. So minimum of 20 years, with Cersus being born around the same time that Idle gets booted out of the hive. And then that combined with the 10-year time skip and whatnot. So mid-40s is the number that I give up. The wedding fiasco would be his midlife crisis. Oh, it totally would. It totally would be his midlife crisis. It's very likely that Drake has been lying to us for as long as we've all known him, if not longer. I mean, maybe. It's quite a possibility. He could be making things as he goes along. I'm not even the writer. Faked it all. It was me, Dio. Bam. But even still, midlife crisis, Idle, being for the wedding, I could totally see that. Although that now brings into question how much younger Shining is than Idle, because I'm going to assume Shining signs up at the earliest possible time he could possibly sign up for the Guard, because that's been his lifelong dream, according to Big Brother Best Friend Forever. And we'll use the US to base this off of, because that's easier for me. So 18. 18 when he first joins up at the earliest. But that would also make Idle about 30. 30, 35. Man, that is quite a time gap between... that is much more of a time gap between Shining and Idle than I was expecting. I was not expecting about a 30-year gap. Oh, man. I don't know why, but I always imagined them being really close in age. But now that I put out front, no, Shining is way older, is way younger than Idle, which also probably makes it all the more weird which also makes it make much more sense why Celestia is pushing Idle so hard out of the bottom ranks, because she's like, you're almost retiring, you're not a private anymore. But thing is Idle can't be 20s, because you've also confirmed the time skip's only about a decade. And if we want to make it make sense with how old Cersus is, then he can't be any younger than 30. Idle can't be any younger than 30. At max 30. I will write out a timeline. I have a pen and paper right here ready to write out timelines. Now he'll have to buy a sports chariot and add a comb over to his disguise. Oh, man, that's great. Idle's 24 to 35 by the time he meets Shining. He legit has no idea. I mean, that's fair. Idle doesn't know. How can we all know? But we all know. But now we can all know. Based on giving Idle benefits of the doubt and whatnot, that Cersus is somewhere between 10 and 15. Like I said, I don't picture Cersus as a 10-year-old, but giving benefit of the doubt. Idle's generation being born 40 years at minimum between the two. So if she's 10, that's 50 years. You're That's about 50 years, give or take a few. You're doing generations wrong. Hey, am I though? Am I though? You said there's about a generation every 20 to 26 years minimum. Minimum. Idol can be born at the end of one generation and Cersei's at the start of two later. Okay, I'll give you that. Youngest he can be is 45. We're right back where we started. And given that we know that Celestia specifically says a decade of service by the time Idol joins up, Idol wasn't in Canterlot for more than a year before he signed up. So he is. So you're making it more and more confirmed that he's about 45, youngest current age in the story, which means he's 35 by the time when he first meets Shining Armor at the ripe old age of 18. 18 and 35-year-old becoming best friends. I mean, it's not the strangest thing we've seen. I mean, we also see Doc Brown we see Marty McFly being friends with disgraced nuclear scientists, and we don't bat an eye at it either. So it's entirely plausible that Idol becomes good friends with someone 20 years his senior. Or, sorry, no, 10 years his senior. Sorry. But, yeah, that is all from info that you have given us. 10 years is nothing in the workforce. Out of curiosity, how old is Topaz? I would also guess she's about the same age as Idol, about 25 or 25. She's probably younger than Idol, because Idol seems old-fashioned even compared to her. So 25 to 30, maybe at the start of the series. Now 35 to 40. Let's say she's 5 years younger than Idol. So 40 and 45 with a 10-year-old child. Yeah, the timelines totally matches up. One thing you should remember is that generations can overlap some. Yeah, that's fair, but they can overlap some, but not quite that often, especially when it comes to changelings, considering how heavily regulated their population is. Maybe that's why Chrysalis breaks any eggs that she doesn't deem worthy enough. It could totally be a thing of, you're going to take too long to hatch, or you're going to be part of the, or even if, so given what Idol says, or no, what V says about this whole generational thing, maybe 34 years apart? A generation, is anyone born in a 20-year period, give or take? Yeah, I know. But you said 20 to 26, 20 being the minimum. I'm going to use hard edges here because using fuzzy logic is confuses me. So Idol could be born year 19. Cersei was born somewhere in 43 or 44. But Idol isn't born year 19. He's, well, unless you're going to give an actual year. But Idol was the 42nd generation. I only know 42nd generation. I only remember 42nd generation without looking up, because Idol is the meaning of life, I guess. Chrysalis just has to get that through her thick noggin. Oh, year 19 of his generation. So you're saying he's born at, like, the cusp of, like, the 43rd? I mean... and... So... Could have been year... Idol could have been year 19 of 42. Circe's the year 1 of 43, for example. And then she's only 4 to 5 years younger, not 25. I need a timeline. I need a chart. I want to chart this out now. You've distracted me so much with lore. It's been 2 hours now. I'm going to make my own timeline, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. You caused me to create a timeline. Show me what you've got. Alright, I'm saving that other timeline that I'm working on to add a new timeline to work on. And only Chrysalis has it, and believe me, she does. As that open, smiley, happy face sounds like you're more giggling to yourself. Input Matt Pat shouting, "Lore!" I've been doing it way longer than Matt Pat's been shouting lore. I've been shouting lore for 5 years now. The lore. So let's see. So, alright, hold on. So if generations... Hold on, why am I depriving you all of my mad ramblings? I know a better way to do this. Will it be better? Who knows? I'm going to be editing my stream midstream. Nothing can go wrong with this. I'll put that down. I might need to extend the stream for another hour due to this tomfoolery. She has the genealogies. Oh, 100%. I know all about those. I'm not even bluffing because I do. I've done a few. I think we got my folks all the way back to... probably back to Ireland, if not further. And goods transportation. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to... Where's my program? Where is it? There it is. Make a new page of this. Did I save this other old drawing? Alright, I did. Alright. New. Yeah, sure, we'll go my custom thing. Alright, and put it over there. Idle causes me to draw timelines. He's going to come in next stream with the PowerPoint. Just watch. Don't tempt me. Alright. Where's my pencil? There we go. So. Perfect. Turn down stabilization. Just... Nah. Yeah. Oh, I don't like writing on this as much as my old one. Yeah, sure. We'll go with this one. Hold on. I'm adding a thing. Hopefully it won't break the stream. If it does, blame Discord or something. Blame desk. That's right. That's the rule. Blame desk. So, capture that. Adding. What is it called? Theory board. That's why I'm going to name this element. Oh, not screen one, just Clip Studio. And Boosky. Hold on. Everything will become clear. I wanted to clip that, but Hey, we're doing it like this now. Is it Alt? Yes, it is Alt. Okay. Alrighty then. The timeline be here. Eventually, I'm going to draw it out. It's going to look great, I swear. All right. So. I closed a lot of things. There it is. Okay. So let's see. We have confirmation that one generation. I need a new nib. Is that why this is so weird? Do I have spare nibs? I should have spare nibs. Give me a nib. Give me your nibs. Spare nib. Put in. Let's see how much better this is. Oh, so much better. Okay. So, we can confirm. Generation. It's still really bad. I think my... it is around 20 to 26 years. The writing on here is terrible. So if generation is about 20 to 26 years, if idle of the... Why did I spell idle like that? If idle of the 42nd was born on the last year of his generation, so 19th year, with Cersus I never drawn one of these the guys before. So Cersus of the 44th was born on the first year. This is all your fault. This is all your distracting game has gone leaps and bounds. So Cersus, 4th year, age around 10 to 15. Yeah, about 10 to 15 years old. 15 sounds too old for Cersus, but I might be biased because I don't remember my own childhood. But that's fine. We're rolling with it. How do I do there? Scale. Okay. So that is our first data point. Most common fanon states Nightmare in the Moon returned on the year 1000 CE. Although some state that CE continues until Twilight secedes from the throne. If you want to try and use dates, I cannot believe you're doing... Hey, we've known each other for 4 or 5 years now. If you're not expecting this by now... I don't use dates. I'm not going to use dates. Although I've also seen the years for... I've seen years on... for fandom stuff. I've also seen be used before and after what was it? What's that thing called? Like before and after the first hearts warming, whatever that was it, before or after unification or something like that? 43, you said 43 or 44. Oh, right, that's right. I thought you said 44 to 45. My mistake. Get rid of that. So, Okay, so we'll take it at the best and be 43. Hold on, I'm going to look back and see. I'm wondering if you may have said 44 to 45, because I could have sworn you said 44 to 45. Unification, I've also seen before and after Discord. That is also true. That is great. Dang, I can't find him in a lie. Crap. Ah, man. So. You're complaining about I'm doing generations wrong. And me misremembering which generation Cersus is in probably will attribute to that. But then again, like there's an intentionally wide gap of when things are here. Oh, I know, but I'm still going to dive into this lore. I could have sworn you said 44 to 45. Anyway, 43. So, well, this kind of breaks a lot of things. So then that brings it down to a 2-year gap. But then again, we will work through this. We will work through me not being able to count eventually. Or when eggs are laid, not hatched. Could be anywhere from a 2-year to a 50-year gap. But we know that Cersus is about 10-15 years at time of show canon. We also know that that Shining is seen as fairly young, and Topaz, while reckless, doesn't seem 20s reckless. As well as she's able to get a professorship at college, at a well-respected university, just on a whim. Now that could either be due to how old is she and like her state of academics within the college itself or accolades, or it could also mean that she also has a bit more hair on her chest. I mean, all ponies have hair on their chests, except for Idle, but that's a unique case. Between a 2 years to a 50-year gap in generation alone. You're not making this easy on me, are you? So, 2 to 50-year gap. But we know her ending timeline is about a 5-year gap. A 5 to 10-year gap. So, so that actually takes out a lot of this, meaning it's more of a, since we know her final age, but not Idle's, then it can't be a 2 to 50-year gap. It can be at minimum, a 5 to 10-year gap min. Okay. No, it doesn't, because that's apples to oranges. Hey, no. You said 5-year gap made sense between Cersus. 5 to 10 year gap minimum current. Or, well, fair enough. So, 5-10 year gap is the lowest it could possibly go before it doesn't make sense anymore. Actually, it even doesn't make sense even before that. So hold on, let me rewrite some things and do some math. So, I'm going to figure this out. Funny thing you should know about me, I loved math. Math was my favorite class in school, so you underestimate my power or something like that. So, 10 to 15 plus current idle. 10 to 15 plus idle's age. Boom. So 10 to 15 years plus idle's age. I'm not saying Idle was born in the 19th year and Cersus was born in the first, just that they were. Just that if they were, there's very little gap. 100%. So we can still get a range of Idle's potential. We could get a fairly accurate estimate of Idle's age, and, while not exactly, fairly close to the exact years that they were born, if some caveats were taken into account. But hey, 50's still on the table, and that's all I'm worried about. No, you can't really, because Cersus is an Idle's kid. I know that. I know Cersus is an Idle's kid, biologically, but we know her age. We know what generation she hatched in. We know what generation Idle hatched in. So then you could potentially, it might take more math than I'm thinking it might think of here, but you could potentially place them in a range of birth years that they could fall in before it doesn't make sense anymore. 99 crystals, bottles of crystals on the wall. Oh, I think we should just humor the man so he can get back to work. Idle could literally be Shining's age. That is also true. But also potentially, but also, Cersus has to be born after Idle, or at least laid after Idle leaves the hive. Has to be. Born if laid if not born. Word of God is that he's not in his 50s. Well, this is death of the author right here. We don't give. Because Broken Clock is 10 years. Broken Clock is a time skip of 10 years. I believe either during which or directly after Cersus comes into Idle's guardianship. Doesn't line up with the 10-year gap, but it could line up with the 5-year gap. So, but we also have to take into account. I mean, she's less than 10. Well, thing is that she could be born either just before or shortly thereafter of Idle. She would still, if she was born, she'd fairly likely be a grub still, give or take. Depends on how long it takes grubs to mature. I'm also confusing a lot of things because I didn't prepare for any of this lore dump. Grub's a short phase, 2 to 3 years. So yeah, she was potentially didn't even become one until after that. Hold on. When did Circe become Idol's responsibility? Hold on. I need to read back and I need to cross-reference and reread and rereading. So it's after he joined the guard, 100%. Broken clock. Was it Nymph? Nymph does not appear in Broken Clock. Alrighty then. What about... Am I spelling Nymph right? Nope, Nymph does not show up in Clock Strikes Moon. Idol doesn't point her out until after Nightmare Moon. Curse you and your logic. So I might have to give up on this. Or it'll be a project for after stream. Because she's just a fool he deals with, not a daughter. Fair enough. This is also the Idol years at one point in this. Because I would still love to have a whole side stories chapter dedicated to plushified Idol, because that would just be so fun. She doesn't get really attached until Discord. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm like, I know it's before Discord. It's even before this chapter that we're supposed to be reading today. But it, if it's 5 to 10 years plus Idol's age is how old Circe is. No, I wrote this wrong too. Math is hard, especially when you're trying to deal with the ages of fictional characters. I mean, people don't even agree on how old the main 6 are. Some people say they're like early 20s. Some people say mid to late 20s. I mean, 20 to 30 is not too much of a disagreement there, but being pedantic because I can. Or no, was I right with the plus Idol's age? Remember. No. She's 10 to 15 years at the time that she's handed off to Idol. Is it during the events of a broken clock? Because I don't think you set in a hard limit on when Nymph arrived in side stories. And you didn't even mention the Nymph until moonlighting. So... It doesn't say when she appeared. Actually, all right. We're going to shelve this idea just for the moment, because I need to consider things. My theory board will have to wait for another day. Hopefully someday soon. Maybe I will show up with a PowerPoint presentation on why Idol's 40 to 50 years old. Probably mid 40s to early 50s. And when I'm not having to deal with time pressure of wanting to eat dinner in an hour. Or I'm going to actually breakfast. It'd be breakfast in an hour. But I'll put it away just to appease. Yeah, and to make sure no one gets too bored with me trying to figure out math, because I'm bad at it, and I'm really bad at it, so I'll figure out all the logical fallacies later. Anywho's. Such a big lore dump. I wasn't expecting such a big lore dump on today's stream, and I appreciate it very much. But yeah, Idol becoming his own superpower would be interesting. I know you've also said that Thorax can't be Idol. Well, I mean, Thorax can't be Idol because in show canon, Idol gets thrown, because Thorax leaves the hive shortly after the wedding, or as he's blown away from the wedding. So, I mean, that just leaves more time for Idol to bully Thorax, which I'm all for. Although, I'm curious if my theory on Shining's hatred for changelings in the Thorax episode is due to the betrayal he felt of Idol being of his best friend being a changeling the entire time, or an over-exaggeration to hide the fact that he's buddy with a changeling. It could be both, even. There's no such thing as a good changeling. There has to be a reason he gets that way. My guess is that he doesn't deal with those emotions that he has for Idol until after the Thorax episode. Or until the Thorax episode. And then he realizes how stupid it is, and then Cadence bops him over the head for how stupid he is acting with his best friend. So what? He happened to be an entirely different species the entire time. Potato. A horse is a horse. Of course. Whether that's bug, burb, or earth. Bug, bird, pointy, or crystalline. Anyway, I'm actually going to start trying to read the chapter now. Am I a speciesist? Yes, Shining. Why wouldn't you tell me that? It is not my place to judge you, Your Highness. Oh. Yep, 100%. I need to be reminded on what chapter we're on. Not chapter name itself, just the chapter number. I know that there's an update. There's always an update anytime I poke in here. According to... Alright, according to my thing, this is chapter 49. There we go. You got chapter 49. Yeah, all we know is that Fluttershy is a year older than Pinkie Pie. But that's all that we have for the main six. But I would definitely say that AJ is the oldest among them. If not oldest physically, then oldest mentally. I'm going to guess that Fluttershy is... Actually, no, hold on. I'm going to guess that Fluttershy is most likely the oldest of the group. Because when she gets her cutie mark, she's all gangly and whatnot, like Big Mac is, in the same time frame. So she's probably around the same age as Big Mac. I have tons of side details memorized for stories I'll never write. Oh, same here, 100%. I'll put Fluttershy the eldest, Pinkie being the second eldest, probably Rainbow being like 2 or 3 years younger than that, probably same age as AJ. And then Twilight and Rarity being similar ages. You can get the first two, and then it kind of falls apart after that. So either Fluttershy is an early bloomer for her for the way that she shot up, or something else I can't remember. But I'm guessing Fluttershy, Big Mac were around the same age, with all the other ponies falling in behind those two, with AJ maybe being the youngest, or at the least, I'm actually going to say here, probably the youngest of the main six, most likely, is probably AJ or Twilight. I can't decide on those two. If you compare young RD to Fluttershy, early bloomer makes sense. She's all gangly. But if you look in that same episode, I think if you look in that same episode, Big Mac is also really gangly, but he's the much older brother of Fluttershy, or of AJ. So if we have two ponies that are both gangly, so it's either Big Mac's a late bloomer, or Fluttershy's a late bloomer and Big Mac being an early bloomer, or Big Mac being a very late bloomer and Fluttershy falling somewhere in the middle. There's nothing saying Mac is much older. That is also very fair. I'm going to give the benefit of like, I don't think they're popping out a kid every like year or so. I'm going to say maybe a break of 1 to 3 years between each child. Maybe. I don't know. My family's weird, so I can't judge people on how my family acts. So I'm going to take a good guess on how other people birth kids. I also think the girls are all around the same age, with like them being within a year or two of each other. Because after you hit like 25, after you all hit 25, it doesn't really matter how much older you are than your friends. So, 100% saying Fluttershy is the oldest, because it's the same reason with Cersus and Idol, actually. They're both gangly at around the same time frame, or at the same time frame, actually at the same time frame. So, either Big Mac's growing out of his growth spurt, or Fluttershy just started her growth spurt. Like, early, late bloomer kind of situation going on there. But since all the other main six are still very small, that would also mean that they haven't hit their growth spurts yet either, so they're all younger than Fluttershy, is my reasoning. Not by much, but by a little bit. So, Big Mac, I'd say, let's just apply the same things with Cersus that we do with the main six. Because I'd say the Cutie Mark Crusaders are about also 10 to 15 years old. And if we're saying that the main six are early to mid-20s, that's about a 5-year gap, and it would kind of make sense. And Big Mac doesn't look quite as old as AJ is to Apple Bloom, so I'm going to say that she is not that much. That AJ is much older than Apple Bloom, than Big Mac was older than AJ. So I'm going to guess the time between AJ and Applejack is more or less, give or take, 5 years. Changeling's perspective shows that the nymph was given to Idol the 3rd or 4th year of Idol's guard service as evidenced. by Heiyu's comment that he returned to using Heiyu persona after the 3rd year working at the cherry plantation. Oh! Okay. Now we got a timeline to work with. Later, I'm going to actually try and record something. But this is... Thank you for looking that up, Staff Sergeant. Staff Sergeant Sarge. I once made a character for a Halo crossover that was a Staff Sergeant, just because it was the only military term that I knew, because I recently watched Battle LA before I created it. It featured in it was a cameo in one story, part of like a fire team. It was cool. Only means at least 3 years, and well, I'm going to say that. Well, I'm going to say that Applejack to Apple Bloom is about 5 years minimum, and that's if Apple Bloom is 15 at the time of the show, and AJ is 20. I personally think Apple Bloom's probably like, again, teenager, 12 or 13 years old, so that increases the gap a little bit. So there's no way Idol could have kept Cersus hidden for 5+ years. But the thing is it's your own story. You're done in by your own wording, according to Staff Sergeant Sarge. He's barely kept her hidden since Discord. I mean, nothing's gone wrong as much as Discord has. Okay. Maybe the nurse walking all the way from Dodge Junction all the way to Canterlot took like 2 or 3 years. Being the most generous, let's be real. At some point, someone would have told them about a train. Considering that Idol and Topaz were able to make it up from way farther south, not in not so little time. She got a bat pony to spy on Luna. True. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. According to Staff Sergeant Sarge, I'm not going to look up the terms at the moment. Actually, you know what? I will. Just because. How do I spell Heiyu? H-A-U? H-U-E? Don't know. Hold on, I have to look back in the chat. And I don't have the chat window open. There we go. H-A-Y-U-U. Okay. Nope, that doesn't fit either. Okay, so... Cherry. That's always a good... We're going to a place live. The only way to work that form was to apparently marry into it. Everyone knew cherries were superior fruit. Humans. He had changed forms in the off-season the first few years, established himself as a traveler doing field work for a few extra bits, but he'd come back as Heiyu after the 3rd year just to see what ponies thought. So hold on. So yeah, that totally means... Oh, no, hold on. Not that he ever left again. Okay, so it's not that it's Heiyu, it's the 3rd year of the timeline. It's that after 3 years, Heiyu came back to be Heiyu permanently. Don't trust trains; those things will get you if you aren't careful. I mean, look at Choo Choo Charles. He's just a happy, friendly little train. So, at the very least, 4 years after, during the timeline of Broken Clock, does the nurse happen. I can never figure out if that was a changelings don't know about the outside world thing, or if it's an idol is particularly anachronistic. I'm pretty sure I said that completely wrong thing. But he's been sending changelings idols way for years. So I know what anachronistic means. I just don't know if I can spell it or if I can say it properly. So I'm just going to say anachronistic and not even look it up just to annoy Desk. It's my best guess, and I'm sticking to it. It only matters if I can speak properly during the story, after all. Right before the time skip ends, the being afraid of trains thing. Oh yeah, 100%. Anachronistic. Anachronistic. I'm going to shorten it because that's too many syllables, and you can't stop me. I don't care how many times Desk changed my names in his server. It's going to be anachronistic from now on. I drop the N. I don't care about it anymore. Or the second C. Anachronistic is how you say it. The A and the N. We're dropping off the full first syllable. Ooh, what you messaging me about? Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. I see it. Uh-huh. If you can't back yourself, V, who can you back, right? Someone draw V doing the Twilight dance that she does, where she's a bad dancer, and that's exactly how I'm imagining V dancing right now, because he's backing himself so hard right now, and I'm here for it. But, so, yes. So, end of time skip. So, Cersei is about 10 to 15 years old. Current time. And idle at the current present. I'm going to say current present because trying to figure out where a timeline exists in a time skip is annoying. So, we're just going to say 10 to 15 years current time, and I'll figure out the rest of the timeline later. Kama, welcome to the stream. Yeah, you kind of did. Yeah. I mean, you haven't missed much. We've been Idol's been doing a lot of lore dumps this stream. It's been great. It's been fun. He's dropping all this on us to the point where I wanted to draw a timeline. So I tried it. I forgot how to research and think for a few bits because it's really hot in here. So I'm going to try again off stream, and then I'll come back to you whenever I stream again with the fully completed timeline. Doctor Who says don't think about it too. I don't care about timey-wimey. I care about figuring out Idol's probably 40 to 50 years old. I want something along those lines. Welcome, Ember. Welcome. Among Us? 100%. That's still a great game. I still watch some old clips of that game, especially by Mr. Fruit. such a good game. It's good. I don't know why everyone. I get it became too much of a meme for people, but I enjoy it. It's great. Among Us is the new loss until we find another meme that we drag into through the ground. You know what? Plummetman. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I just thought of something. Due to changelings having holes in their legs, would quicksand be more dangerous to them? Because, it goes into all the holes. Oh, it's this chapter? Yeah, it's this chapter. We're finally almost catching up to where we should be. I just have to record this one chapter. And these guys are so good, goddamn good at their job that we haven't read a single thing from it. So, congrats, everyone. We're all winning in this situation. All right, so. But yeah, we also figured out that Idol's potentially about 20 years Shining Senior, which I didn't picture, but makes perfect sense in the timeline of things. V tried to deflecting blame for a lack of chapters on FimFiction today. Probably. You probably right. I think Equestrian Quicksand works more like movie Quicksand, so it probably doesn't make that much of a difference. I mean, that's fair. That's probably very fair. But it just makes me wonder. Makes me wonder things. Also, Idol's described to have like a crystal shoved through one of his holes when he's kicked out of the hive. So so I'm curious if that's a common problem for changelings. I'm guessing it's not a problem if they're ever in a shifted form, unless it's one of the lesser form shifts, like a shell or something like that. Or not a shell, a glamour. Did you read my comment? It's all in good fun. Was there a journal entry today and I missed it? I was too busy roasting Idol. I haven't read any of my journals today. Ooh, I'm going to be so far behind. Hey! Man, everyone... Imagine not being in the changeling of the Discord server. Alright. He's held to a lower standard on the Discord. Oh. Oh, that's funny. I like it. It's real good fun. 100%. He just had to have the Discord's story mind churn out a few more ideas and concepts for him to insert into the story for a little bit. I've made an OC that has a changeling in my mind, but not on paper. Ooh, sounds fun. To be honest, I kind of wish that I got into the fandom after Season 2, because I definitely would have made a changeling OC. It would probably be more along the lines of how Sawtooth's changeling OC is where he's a changeling, but he just prefers to be in an Earth Pony disguise. I'm just like, yeah, I'm a Pegasus. That's about it. And then in my OC's backstory, turns out he's a spirit just because I want it to be more interesting than just a Pegasus. Because that's always fun. Oh, I thought I missed something. Oh, I can't wait for the next chapter about the Idol Daring Do story. I can't believe it's happening. King Cucaracha makes a return. Daring Do and the return of King Cucaracha. I can't wait for it. I can't wait. It's good. It's good so far. I can't wait for it to get even better, especially with how much material is there for the taking. Oh man, so many things to talk about. Is the guy's first story too? Ooh, nice. He's done a fantastic job so far. I need to reread it because my mind is such a sieve sometimes. I'm like, I know I read that story. I read it right before work, but I also read it right before I woke up one day. So it's probably that I read it and then immediately forgot because I read it while I was half asleep because I was so excited to read it. It's like 2/3 done without proofreading. Excited, very excited. Can't wait. uh, it's gonna be a fun romp. Of Oh yeah. Okay. I can either imagine. Oh. Does Circe convince Idol to dress up uh, as King Cucaracha for? Does he convince Idol to dress up as King Cucaracha for the Daring Do convention? Not so much. Oh no, hold on, that wouldn't work. There has to be a way for Circe to, or for Daring Do to recognize Idol, or maybe there's a different artifact that leads. Oh, it could be a completely different artifact that leads Daring Do to the true bearer of the cup. Oh, or just the cup on his ass. Yep, okay. I theorize too much and I'm bad at it. For a Daring Do convention? Never. For a Nightmare Night trick-or-treating? With puppy eyes? Probably. The bearer of the cup is pretty obvious, and oh, that would be so fun. That'd be so fun. Okay, so it's 3 theories: Key Mark Goblet, mysterious artifact that leads Daring to Idol, or Idol. She somehow recognizes Idol as the pony she needs, despite him looking completely different from their last encounter, which was a random ass Earth pony, before a random pony that just got split in half and took off as bug horse. So it's possible. I think I missed chat a little bit. My OC is a German changeling in World War I uniform. He used to be a human on the Eastern Front, but his gas mask broke. A gas attack on his enemies. Now he finds himself in Equestria. What do you think? It sounds interesting. I'm not using equestrian war lore. That's fair. I don't really even know too much about equestrian world, the equestrian mod of that game either. So have at it. You shall see soon, TM. That's what I put at the end of all my statements regarding releasing chapters. It's going to be soon. Trademark. It sounds interesting. Sounds like it sounds like one of the stories that I actually read when I got into the fandom. In all honesty, Human in Equestria was, or not just Human in Equestria, but Human turned Pony. I have so many stories with that saved on in my library, but it's great. I love that chapter ending. Darren Du and Aoizodal trying to give each other the obviously cursed artifact. I mean, it's just shards of an obviously cursed artifact, so what's the harm in it? As long as you keep them all separated, it should be fine, right? It's not going to be like Talismans of Jackie Chan Adventures thing, where if you gather them all together, then it releases Shendu. Yeah, Human Turn Pony. I mean, it's no longer my absolute favorite genre on fanfiction, but it's still up there. It really depends on how the story is written. But I've turned more and more often to really well-written original characters in settings like Changeling of the Guard, Village of Respite, Savage Sky series. That's a great series if anyone wants to be interested in reading about martial art horses. And a whole host of others. But generally, or Cryo 7, which is going to get an update soon, TM, hopefully. The author hasn't even been online in a year. I'm sad. Hopefully, eventually. We all thought he was dead at one point, and then he released like 7 chapters in a month, and then disappeared again. He might be back in his writing dungeon. Who knows? Savage Skies is really good. I actually own the physical copy of that one. It's fantastic. His name is Hans. Nice. Every time I hear... So this is stupid, but every time I hear Hans, I always, no matter what the context is, I think back and hear Doofenshmirtz say in my head, Huge Hands Hans! Huge Hands Hans, the true villain of Phineas and Ferb. And that voice line always plays every time I see or hear the word Hans. Which is very funny because I'm going through a lot of forums at work right now from Germany, and half the people are named Hans at one point or another, and I'm just like, why are there so many Hanses? But usually they're like middle names or something like that. It's more common than I would have thought. I would have thought like maybe a couple, but I've gone through like a whole day getting like 20 or so Hanses, and it's strange, and I don't know how. But yeah, do I hear any autos? I hear 1 or 2 autos, but I'd say the most common thing I see in German names is von something. Vons. Lots of Vons. Which I know is probably... Is von? Because the classic Von for me is Otto von Bismarck. I don't know why. It's just the first name that always pops in my head. Probably because I watched that that Extra Histories short series on him. Fun guy. Think of it like a nuclear warhead. When it's nowhere near as dangerous when it's in one piece, but you still don't want to handle any of it without knowing exactly what it is you're poking. True. Who knows? Daring Do becomes Fire Alicorn. So many stories, so little time. I just love how every time I start up a new stream, it's always just filled with 3 hours of just us talking, and then if I manage to get one out within the 2 weeks, then stuff starts happening. It's never the first one after a long hiatus. Oh, Otto from Bismarck. That makes sense. Like, I was imagining it was something along those lines. But I just wasn't sure which word it could have been, like, correlated to. But yeah, lots of ons. And der. Mostly in addresses. Der. DUR. Don't even know if I was pronouncing it right. But let us know when you post it then. Oh, Ember. I see an E, and then the rest of my brain autofills it with my own name. And I'm like, why? It's not like I'm not reading the whole word. I'm reading the whole word, and my brain throws it out and replaces it with a different word. 100% sign into fanfiction. Lots of good stories abound. And you don't want to be me 3 years after finding fanfiction, trying to find stories that I read in fanfiction that I can't find anymore because I didn't save them on an account because I was reading all of them on a guest account. I still haven't found some of those stories, and I've tried looking. Maybe not too hard, but I've tried looking. They were interesting stories I read ages ago, but I haven't been able to find them since. The most forward among them that comes to mind immediately is Scarlet Harvest. And it was a cheerily grimdark. I don't know why I got into the pony fandom on the grimdark stories, and now I don't ever read any grimdark whatsoever, except for maybe a handful every once in a while. But nah, my first introduction of the fandom was like Cheerily's Garden, Scarlet Harvest, Rainbow Factory, and Cupcakes. I'm surprised. I'm surprised too. I tried not making an account and just saving stories to my bookmarks bar. That got untenable fairly quickly. Yeah. I'm going to say from experience because my to be read list is about 300 stories strong at the moment. So, yeah, totally understand that. I'm not even drinking water anymore. What is this? I have water. Why am I not drinking it? I'm drinking, like... I forgot that I even had this in here, and I've just been mindlessly drinking it. Good thing it doesn't go bad, hopefully. You'll know if I don't post anything on New Year's, I guess. That's the only reason I won't be available on New Year's is if I've died. Or I'm in the hospital. Either way, I'll be... That is the next guaranteed live stream is New Year's. Because I can't break tradition. It's been 4 years now. Gosh, it's been 3 hours and I've not done a single story thing. Why do you guys have so much faith in me of ever finishing this series? I can never make it through even half a chapter sometimes. It is going to be three streams again, isn't it? Probably. Will V-Drake make another appearance? That depends on V-Drake. I have confirmation from Desk. V might have said yes, but he hasn't said anything about it yet. I'm not going to assume, but probably. If not, me and Desk will try and fill in the massive author hole. Oh, hey! Yes! Got confirmation that V, and Desk. Desk, you need to have a one-letter thing for your name now, because it's not alliterative. Or no, not alliterative. It doesn't sound as good when I have to say me, V. No, your name is B if I have to announce all together at once. Me, V, and B are going to be there on on New Year's. I'm going to be ending stream here in about 10 minutes because I have my own brunch to get to. I'm going to call it brunch just because it's the first meal of the day. Not because it's first meal that I've had today, not necessarily due to timings. But yeah, so I could, at the very least, I can record the first. What was it called? Nope, not that. Hold on. There it is. I didn't even need to look for it. I could at least read the title off. The thing is, Ember, don't worry about proofreading. Don't worry about all the technical stuff. Just write for you. I think there's a great Corridor Crew episode. Love Corridor Crew. I love their VFX artist react thing. But they have one with Markiplier where, I love how most of the time whenever Markiplier chats with another creator, it eventually dissolves into a philosophical discussion. Eventually. Like, he did the same thing for Power Wash Pals, both episodes that he's done. But the gist of what he said is that don't be afraid to post something because you have literally nothing to lose. You're not comparing yourself against, you shouldn't compare yourself against everyone else. You should be comparing yourself against what you had before, which is nothing. So you have nothing to lose by starting something. Which I was like, 100%. You have nothing to lose by starting something, whether or not that's stories for you, for the public, or whatever have you. Just write. Do what you want to do because you want to do it. I shouldn't be me V&D. I mean, true, but his technical name is Desk, I call him Desk, but his technical name is VHS Desk. So while me V and D could work, it's funner to say me V and B. I want to make it to where he speaks German, so I want to learn German. Hey, have at it. That's going to be one more language that you have that under your belt that no one else. Not no one else. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a different skill altogether. Why is my brain stupid sometimes? It replaces language skills with other skills that cannot be computed. They are saying, going along the lines of, that's one more language than I've learned, and hey, you do what you want to do, because it's out there. It's out there, ripe for the taking. All you have to do is the hardest step is that first one, 100%. I'll say hardest step is the first one. It took me about 2 months to not only work up the courage, but also record my first chapter. And then they slowly got more and more consistent, and now they're becoming more and more inconsistent. So hopefully I'm not regressing back into my first thing that I've done, but that's besides the point. You just got to start somewhere. My first story, I'm probably never even going to finish, just because I thought of a cool opening to it and didn't actually think of how much plot to actually put into it. I've always had cool scenes in mind, never actual plot. So most of my stories are one-shots simply because I want to write that one scene instead of writing an actual story around those scenes. But hey, if you can write a full story, no matter the quality of grammar or if everything's even spelled correctly, it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, 100% of the way through. Like one of my favorite series, Shattered Skies. For the first 2 books, I haven't read proofread the third one yet, but I can't tell you how many times I saw misspellings for Fluttershy throughout the entire book. I had to make a find a replace bot to replace all instances of Fluttershy with Fluttershy. But yeah, have at it. If you're ambitious, be ambitious. Just remember to just keep it to within. Just keep it to your own not your own. Keep it to. What am I trying to say? Words fail me because I'm not an author like V. But what was it? I'm not a good author like V, I should say. But no, I'm being hypocritical completely while I'm trying to give you writing advice. It's 100%. But you be you. Don't try and burn yourself out by trying to hit a goal that someone else set. That is 100% what I've done for way too long, and it's burned me out on so many projects. Also, the reason why a lot of there's been large hiatuses because I went through several bouts of burnout. Every time I think I got it under control, I'd burn myself out again. It's great fun. And hopefully I've actually learned my lesson this time. But have at it. The world is your oyster, or whatever the saying is. World is your pearl of transformation. Try to make it pony. Didn't quite work. But have at it. You do you. And actually, I might actually end stream sooner than later. Hold on. What time's my food's going in here? Soon? Ooh. When is my next stream? I don't want to get people's hopes up by promising stream days, because I have never once in the history of this channel ever consistently hit a streaming goal. That might change, actually, because I'm on some good stuff that stops me from being distracted all the time. So, I mean, this stream not withstanding. So I'm going to say the next potential stream is the 22nd, in 2 weeks. Oh no! Remembering passwords are a pain. But, alright. So yeah, I'm going to tentatively put the entirety of the next stream being in 2 weeks. Will it happen in 2 weeks? We'll see in 2 weeks, because I am notorious for inconsistencies. Just give it a date. It won't definitely be on the 15th. It definitely won't be next week. It's a possibility that it could be any other week after that, but definitely not the 15th. The next, for sure, 100% can't miss it, don't miss it, please, is the New Year's stream that's going to be on New Year's Eve, where I stream with V and Desk for about 4 hours. Man, imagine the day when my regular streams are almost as long as my New Year's stream. My New Year's stream was supposed to be the blowout of, I'm never going to stream this long anytime except for this time of year, so come in, enjoy the extravaganza. And now it's like, stay for another hour, we're there. So I'm farsighted. So I have to get glasses in 2 weeks for the rest of my life. I was born with it and thought it was normal. Oh, I totally know the whole glasses situation. I've actually worn glasses since I want to say since I was like 5. I've been nearsighted, so I can't wrap my brain around being farsighted. I know what it is, like, medically, but I can't wrap around my head about only being able to see things in a distance. And I have no and hey, best of luck to you. Hopefully they pick out a good. Hopefully, uh, yeah, they have good frame options available. Highly recommend Zenny, because they've done both me and my brothers for fairly cheap. Especially me being cheap because my glasses are so thick that they wouldn't fit in any regular frames if I got the fun stuff. Your mom thought it was screen time affecting you. I've gone back and forth whether or not I believe that's looking at a screen is actually for long periods is actually harmful for your eyes. On one hand, it seems logically reasonable, but on the other hand, the sun is also very bright. Nothing can actually compete with the brightness of the sun. And it has a lot of blue in it, so I don't know about that whole blue light affecting sleep or whatnot, or staring at a screen too much affecting eyesight. I don't know. There might be a test. There might be a study going on about it that I haven't read. Who knows? I don't. That you don't come to me for medical studies. You come to me because I make funny horse noises. Occasionally. But yeah, glasses aren't too bad. You actually get used to them fairly quickly. To the point where you might actually start going to sleep wearing them, and you'll wake up the next day being like, oh man, being like, morning grogginess and whatnot, and then you get up out of bed and you're like, you were laying on your glasses the entire night. Happened to me more than once. But good thing mattresses are soft and glasses are somewhat durable. 100% way better than contact. I actually started trying contacts this year because I wanted to see what they were like. Especially since the last time I tried them was in junior high. I have gone back to. I still have enough for another 6 months, but I won't go back because they hurt my eyes too much. And to be honest, I think my eyes have hurt worse from reading forms than they ever have. Reading forms with contacts than they ever have with reading forms and screens with glasses. Oh, you have all A's except for a C in algebra? Heck yeah. That's better than what I ever did in school. I'll be really honest. And I will say, I will put this out there. The only reason I ever got F's in school was because the teacher assigned way too much homework and not enough tests. I could not do homework for the life of me, but I could test like a god. Even if I've been half paying attention to a subject, I can test well. But hand me homework, it'll be forgotten as soon as that bell rings for the next class. Or as soon as it's in the bag. It is not happening. But hey, maintaining A's and a C, heck yeah. Stay in school, get good grade, all that mumbo jumbo. I used to be an F in math because my teacher never gave out homework but always graded tests. I mean, that's fair. I know I'm fairly weird in that I like tests better than homework. It's more that I can't focus enough for homework outside of a school environment. But since tests are a very focused activity, I can bring my entire ADD brain down like a hammer onto it and demolish it. To the point where in a few of my classes in high school, I actually got arch nemesises because I got multiple arch nemesi in the same class because they wanted to beat me at the quiz games because that teacher would always give us like the either the day before the test, the day or the day before the test, and she would break us up into groups, and we would all answer all the questions that were on the tests. And it was like a whole team thing. And so everyone always wanted to be in my team, but since they were already pre-broken up into tables and whatnot, I got so many people that I started being at war with for they wanted to beat me in the quiz games for nothing else than to say that they've beaten me at my own game. That was always fun. I'm like, I love having arch nemesis. Me pushing other people to be their best selves. Hey, what do I have to complain about that? Am I right? Let's see. See, I'm different because I can focus on homework, and I want more because I'm thirsty for knowledge. I also want to have an A in all my classes. Multiple Nemesi are cool, but only if you can have an evil laugh off. I mean, only the villain gets to have an evil laugh. It's all the heroes that the heroes never have an evil laugh. At most, they might have a heroic chuckle, but never an evil laugh. It's the villains that get the evil laugh, and I was a villain in all their stories, at least when it came to quiz games. I actually the teacher, even to give people some extra points, gave the classic question that only people that knew her that had her class previously would know, just so someone else would get a point when I was on the stand answering questions. And I answered that one correctly as well, because she mentioned it one time 3 months prior. I have no idea why I can't unlock that part of my brain anymore. But when I could, it was great. But anyway, hope y'all had a wonderful time. I'm going to end the stream here because I want to eat food eventually today. and my food is actually ready to be picked up. So, because Saturday is the only day I don't cook for myself, as a nice treat for not cooking for cooking for myself for the rest of the week. Is it weird? Yeah, but it's a tradition now. So, with that being said, thank you all for coming out tonight. Hope you had a good time. Sorry if you came in a little bit. Sorry if you came in just in time for the stream to end. Sorry, Ember. Don't go just eat on stream. I want to, but I'm not. I can't. Also, I'd have to leave for like 5 to 10 minutes to go pick up my food in the first place. But I've already been streaming for 3 hours, and it's a bump up because it used to be I only stream for an hour, then 2, and now it's 3. So maybe I'll bump it up to 4 eventually. Sorry I didn't get much recording done. It's exactly what I wanted, in all honesty. I tell you, you want to know the big secret? You want to know big secret, Warlord? I tell people to give me distractions so that they chat with me. So I'm not just in an empty recording booth for the entire stream. And that's why I do it. You've all been playing my game for years. I started stream around 3 o'clock Pacific. Yes, I am very lonely. Only on stream though. So I want to interact with people. That's why I wanted to do streams in the first place. Then the first couple streams, no one commented for like hours at a time, for like half hour at a time. I'm like, I'm going to make it a challenge to make it so I can't record at the same, the entire thing in one thing. And it'll be a perfect plan. And it is for the most part. Except the days when you all are so good and I just want to chat with y'all so much that I don't even start on my recording work. That is the only downside that I've found so far. What did I want? I forgot to order my food? I forgot to order it. Shame on me. But anyway. But yeah, but yeah, it's been an honor, been a pleasure. All those fun adjectives to say how grateful I am that y'all come out and listen to this horse do weird horse noises into a microphone for multiple hours at a time. I'm going to try and get, at the very least, one more stream out before the end of the month. Barring that, at least getting one chapter out by the end of the month, because all I have to do is finish editing it. Editing is just the worst. But hey, I love seeing all you react to the chapter. Love seeing y'all on stream. So thank y'all for stopping by. What am I having? I'm having Little Caesars. I know that's not everyone's first choice of pizza, but it's good. It's good stuff. Even while I worked at Domino's, every weekend I would still have Little Caesars, even though I had unlimited pizza at work, which I sometimes would eat at work. Most days, especially between paychecks. But Little Caesars, it's so just nice. It's cheap. It tastes decent. It tastes decent, especially for the price that you're getting it at. And yeah. Now, $5 pizza, I don't like that shit. That is just cardboard. But it's good enough and cheap, but I also prefer the Hut, but it's too expensive. Yeah, and plus, I feel like the Hut is... Sometimes I like eating from Pizza Hut, but it's more of like, you have to be in a mood for Pizza Hut, whereas I'm always in the mood for Little Caesars. And I'm hardly ever in the mood for Domino's. So that's how it goes. Oh, right. I haven't had my live stream chat pulled up because I was looking at my calendar. Wait, what do you mean look in the live stream chat? I'm looking. You haven't posted in the live stream chat. One moment. All right. Hey, want to buy this game for $1,000? What if I wrap it? No. What if I wrap it in plastic? Oh my gosh. It is so true. Oh my gosh. It's funny, but it's also kind of sad. That's true. Oh man. The face is really good for this meme. Quality meme for it. Also wanted to point out, because I'm going to end this stream with a idolism. Did you know that the Iliad, when translated, is actually like two words combined, il meaning story, and lad and the rest of it meaning Troy. So it's literally Troy story. Oh, the puns are always intended. I also follow several dad joke accounts on Instagram because I enjoy all the all the dad humor I can unleash upon the world. The more you groan at the badness of the joke, the more my power rises. But yeah, I said I've gone ahead and streamed like 3 times already. It's a thing in my family. I'll have to be real. My family hates goodbyes, so we stretch them out as long as possible. But I actually have to go and get my food now, or else it's going to get cold, and I don't want cold Little Caesars. But any hoozles. Hopefully, see you in 2 weeks. If not, at least another chapter by the end of the month. If not, another stream by the end of the month. Thank y'all for coming out with me. If you want to get notified for live streams, you have to go into... V, did we ever pin that? Okay. In the pinned messages on the Discord in the livestream related chat, just type in that note and you'll get notified anytime I stream. But so that way you'll be able to catch the next one without having to miss anything. But yeah, pin messages in the live stream related chat, and you'll be notified when the next stream happens. Hopefully soon. I'm gonna aim for the 22nd. If not, I don't know, roast me or something like that. Who knows? I might make a forfeit one of these days for like having Tyoscope draw me into like a funny or like an idol picture, even though I do one every year anyway. But yeah, thanks y'all for coming out. I'll see you again soon. Y'all have a great night.